Welcome to the Practice Masterclass presented by Magentis. Today we're talking about strategies for building and scaling a successful medical practice. Joining us is Prescribe practice management founder and CEO Zipporah French. Zip has spent the last decade building her vision, a large-scale practice management provider that can deliver tailored, personalised service packages to medical specialists. Zipporah established Prescribe in 2014 after a career in medical industry management roles where she identified the key areas where medical specialists were lacking in support to help make their practice flourish. Today, she's going to share her advice on how to build your referral network and set up for long-term success.
So, what does success look like for your practice? Well, I think ultimately for any practitioner or clinician, having great patient outcomes is a really good benchmark for a successful practice. That coupled with, innovation, growth, profitability, they're all part and parcel of having a successful practice. A successful practice is where patients are raving about you because they've been receiving excellent patient care. Part and parcel of a successful practice also is having a high-functioning team. In order for you to get great patient outcomes, if you are distracted by the many stresses of running a practice, such as staffing issues, HR issues, stunted growth of the practice, that can really impact on the care that you are devoting to patients. So certainly having a stress-free practice can also help in having a successful practice. Being more centred and offering that patient care automatically will result in growth, more referrals, which in turn, obviously, it goes without saying, will increase the profitability of your practice. And then by instilling innovative processes or using technology to advance systems and processes within your practice, that's also going to assist in the success and growth of your practice, and in turn will ensure that you are more focused on that excellent patient care. So when you're starting out in private practice, it's really important to set realistic goals. So learn what the costs of running a practice are. I see it very often where those starting out in private practice are quite surprised about, the outlay. It doesn't have to be, doesn't need to cost a fortune, but there is some outlay and there is some cost in running a practice, as there is with any business. Getting the right foundation at the start is really important, and embedding systems and processes that are going to allow the patient flow, the patient care to be more streamlined and efficient will certainly help in having a smooth and running a smooth practice. Networks are so important, and developing these networks at the outset, and that might be in the areas of finance, in legal, in software. Developing those networks are really important as well, because you will be tapping into these networks along the practice journey. And then building your brand. Gone are the days where you could, finish a training and open the door and patients will come flooding in. It is competitive depending on your specialty as well. So you certainly need to have an element of marketing and branding associated with your practice, whether it be a website, whether it be getting in front of your referrers, GPs or specialists that may be referring to you. It's really important to be found, to be present. So how can you build your referral network? Well, as I just mentioned, it's really important to invest in your brand. 9 times out of 10, the brand is you. So it's really important that you are personable with both patients, with referrers, you're contactable, and basically providing that excellent patient care, which in turn is going to increase referrals. Ensure that your referrers are happy with your processes and the care. I've seen it many times whereby doctors are starting out in private practice and the referrals are coming in, and they haven't placed great importance on actually communicating with the referrer, whether it be sending a letter to the referrer after the patient's consultation. Sometimes they leave their dictations weeks after the fact, and that's not excellent patient care, and it's also not respecting and valuing your referrers. Connecting with the GPs or your referrers is really important. Rule 101 of business is successful businesses are based often on relationships, and so too with your private practice. So really instilling those good relationships with, again, your patients and with the referrers will only culminate in you having a successful practice. How do we measure success? Well, circling back to the patient experience is really the number one benchmarker for a successful specialist practice. If you put them first, it's going to guarantee that referrers are going to continue on referring to you. Word of mouth is so powerful. If patients are raving about the exceptional care that they received from you and the good outcomes, and that's going to travel. News will travel fast, and your referral network will grow, and then in turn, your practice will flourish. So it's really important, as we spoke about before, the network. So you can't do it alone. You really can't. In business, it's hard to do it alone, and so too when running a practice. So you really want to ensure that you have everything in check when it comes to, staffing, your administration, the systems and processes, your marketing, your business intelligence, and your IT. And so tapping into your network and accessing the experts in all those different fields and having them at your fingertips will again ensure that you have a successful practice and do well. Well, at Prescribe Practice Management, we have built the foundation of our business on we analyse, we diagnose, and we prescribe the appropriate practice solutions for your practice. So certainly feel free to reach out. We'd love to hear from you, whether it be that you're starting out in private practice or you've been in practice for many years. We're here to help.